talks money, the future's aligned. Grab your coffee, let's take a ride. It's wealth and wisdom, time will rise. Author, investor, educator, team, sharing the wealth of things you should know. From trust to breaking, it's all a must. Your guide to wealth is learning the trust. Legacy matters, secure it right. Dreams take shape with every insight. Rules and assets, life insurance plans, building for your future with expert hands. So talk money and more, building wealth, knowledge galore. Asset protection plans to grow, to read and watch your dreams overflow. From saving today to trust to life, breaking generational wealth divides. Healthcare directives, banking tips, we're here to help your fortune eclipse. From saving today to trust to life, breaking generational wealth divides. Healthcare directives, banking tips, we're here to help your fortune eclipse. And now it's time to learn, so wisdom's your return. Invest, protect, and thrive for sure. Signing off is all talks money and more.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, my WMPR and WGDQ listening audience, as well as my YouTube and Facebook viewing audience. Good morning. It's time to rise and shine for another edition of So Talks Money and More. I got to do that one more time. How about it? We're going to try it again. Good morning. Good morning. My WMPR and my WGDQ listening audience, as well as my Facebook and YouTube viewing audience. It is time to rise and shine for another edition of So Talks Money and More. I am your host, Dr. Sabrina Edmond Williams, educator, author, and investor. Opening minds and closing contracts, I am so noted. And I am so excited and so delighted to be here this third Monday in June. Can you believe that, Mr. Armstrong? The month is almost gone. You know, this is a short month anyway, and we are on the downside of June. Thank you so much for getting up this morning and tuning in to So Talks Money and More. I'm going to change things up just a little bit this morning. Want to talk about a couple of upcoming events and invite you to come on out and join us next Sunday, June the 22nd. I will be the guest speaker down at my home congregation, Prentice First Baptist Church in Prentice, Mississippi, P-Town. We're coming home. I'll be the guest speaker for the Women's Day program, where our theme will be the strength of a woman. I am excited to be with Pastor and Sister Barnes and all my friends and family down at Prentice First Baptist. We are inviting everyone to come out, join us on next Sunday, June the 22nd at noon. We will be going home next week, and I'm so excited about going home. Another event that I want to remind you of or bring to your attention, we have an upcoming event the following week, June the 26th through the 29th, in celebration of what would have been Mr. Medgar Evers' 100th birthday. The Medgar and Merle Evers Institute, along with Mississippi Votes Action Fund, invites you to celebrate the second annual Democracy in Action convening. We encourage you to go to eversinstitute.org to find out more about how you can register for that event and the different events that will be occurring June the 26th through the 29th. That is in celebration of what would have been Mr. Medgar Evers' 100th birthday. We are certainly looking forward to that event and celebrating his legacy. Want to just stop right here and give a special thank you to all of you who are supporting the work that we are doing to educate, enlighten, inform, and empower our community about the importance of building, protecting, and properly transferring wealth. I'm going to give you a moment of transparency here. When Dr. Williams started this thing, I was not one that was really into social media at all. Tried to avoid it as much as possible, to be honest with you. However, I quickly learned that in order to reach the masses and to get the message out here, I had to step out of my comfort zone into uncomfortable and do some things that I had not done before. They say if you want the things that you've never had, you got to be willing to do some of the things that you've never done. With that being said, we're here on air every week promoting our messaging to the community. We also decided to extend our messaging to another platform. So we have a YouTube channel. It's I Am So Noted, and that is IAMSEW NOTED on YouTube. I Am So Noted on YouTube. I am happy to announce today that you guys are helping me do the work. I cannot do this work by myself, and I'm so happy that I've had the support from the community. I started off, I had very few subscribers. I think now, last count, our subscribership is up to over 1,400 people. I don't know everybody. I don't know who you are, where you are, but I do thank you so much for supporting the channel. We started releasing videos on that channel, informational videos, educational videos about 6 weeks ago. When we first started, Mr. Armstrong, I think we had our views were in the double digits. I think somewhere around the lowest viewership. We have a video that has maybe 60, 70 views. It has quickly grown to in the hundreds. And at last count, the last two videos that we released, I think our viewership on one was at 1,100 views. Our viewerships on the one we released last week was at 1,300 views. So thank you again to my YouTube viewing audience for looking at, listening to, and engaging. I've had a lot of engagement on the videos. We are doing our part to educate our community again on the importance of building, protecting, and properly transferring wealth. So thank you to all of you who support the work that we are doing. Now it's time for a few shout outs. It came to my attention yesterday. One thing about radio is you never know who's listening. And I received word yesterday that I have some good friends down in New Hebron who are tuning in. That's Brother Roscoe and Sister Bertha Johnson. I'm sorry, not from New Hebron, Pinola, Mississippi. They're tuning in, and I thank you so much to the Johnsons for tuning in, and shout out to you this morning for tuning in to So Talks Money and More. As we know, yesterday was Father's Day. We celebrated our dads. For those of us who are fortunate enough to still have our fathers living, we celebrated them on yesterday. For some, it was probably a bittersweet day. If your father was here and was a good father and is no longer here, it was probably not a sweet day for you. A lot of people I know have recently lost their fathers. And so it was not an easy day, as I can imagine. You can imagine for them on yesterday. But I want to just stop and give a shout out to all of our dads that we celebrated you. We love you. We acknowledge your contributions and the things that you do. Now, even though, Mr. Armstrong, we may just give you that tie year after year and those socks year after year, we still acknowledge and celebrate the things that you do. That being said, I gotta take a moment here. It wouldn't be right for me not to stop and acknowledge my own father, who I hope that you're listening. I didn't give you your wake-up call this morning to turn in and tune in to the show, but I hope you're listening this morning. And the reason I have to do this, you guys, is not because I'm boasting or I'm bragging, but I'm so thankful that God did not only give me a father, a dad, he gave me a good father, someone who has done the things necessary to ensure that his children were cared for, were provided for, taken care of, through the good, through the bad, through the ups, through the downs. And somebody who realizes that that responsibility of fatherhood and the things that he does did not end when I turned 18. I'm so happy that I have one of those kind of dads. In fact, I don't know that I could ever repay the things that he does for me, continues to do for me. And I found a card that really did express the sentiments that I have and all the favors that I have to ask. I think last week I had him repairing a plumbing issue for me and cutting a lawn for me. And hopefully you won't forget that I still have another plumbing issue that I need you to address this week. But anyway, I just thank you so much for all of the things that you have done for me, my family, the rock that you have been in our family, in spite of the challenges that you faced yourself throughout life, in spite of the challenges. And I just want to share, hope I'm not overstepping my bounds here. I just want to share a few of the things that my dad has experienced. And even with it all, he has still been a great dad. In the 1970s, as I understand it, because this is right around the time when I was coming into the world, my parents moved to the Big Apple, New York, as was the tradition of many people here in the South. Went to the North seeking better work opportunities. And my dad, being a young man, found himself working in the construction industry there in the Big Apple. And unfortunately, he was involved in a very serious excavation accident that left him buried underneath the earth. During that accident, he suffered many, many broken bones, including his jawbone. Had to have extensive work done on his mouth to repair the damage that was done. But he overcame, he survived, and like a trooper, he went on back to work and continued to do the things necessary to care for his family. Moving forward, 1986, my father had open heart surgery, and this was during the time when the technology was not what it is today. When you actually went in and they cut you open and took your heart out to work on it and, do all of the things that the doctors do in the medical field to repair a valve that needed to be replaced in his heart. And like a trooper, he overcame that, and life was good. And moving forward, I can't really count the number of automobile accidents that he's been in. I tell you, we're starting to think he has 9 lives, you guys. I also had a bout with prostate cancer. In 2017, he got into a battle with a ladder and fell, and I think the ladder got the best of him in that incident. But I can't remember what wasn't broken in that accident. I think he broke everything from his rooter to his tutor, but he overcame even that. I share all this to say I remember all of these challenges that my father has gone through and survived. And one of the things that stands out to me, people, is I never saw my daddy take to the bed, not one time, during any of these things that he's experienced. Now, he would get in a chair. My mom even went out and got him a real nice recliner after this incident in 2017. But he would always want to sit up or be up. Never took to the bed. That's the type of daddy I have. Never took to the bed. And at almost 80 years old, I watch my dad as he gets up day in and day out, still working. Not because he has to. He doesn't have a job. He retired a long time ago from the job. But he has a work. work that he enjoys. He has a little lawn care business, and I see him do that work, and it brings him joy. And he does it to the glory of the Lord. He doesn't just cut grass, he doesn't just mow lawns, he manicures a yard. There's a lot that can be learned from a person who truly enjoys the work that they do. So I appreciate you, Dad, and the example that you have set for us, the work ethic that has been passed on to us through your example. I appreciate the fact that at almost 80 years old, when many others are sitting on the couch or talking about being retired and not doing anything, you are still out there doing what you do. And I want to encourage those that have not found a work that you love to do, that you get excited about just thinking about doing, to pray and ask God to reveal whatever that work is to you. Because I tell you, to watch that old man get up every day and take joy and take pride in what he does, that definitely inspires me to continue doing what I love, which is being here with you on a Monday morning to talk money and more. So just had to take a minute to give a shout out to my dad, not just my dad, but all the good dads that are out there doing what you do. Now, Mr. Armstrong, a couple of weeks ago, you tried to start something with me. You did. You asked me a question about why is it that, would you say, why mothers get all the attention on their day and all the fathers get is just that tie. Yeah, what you say, the little socks or whatever it is that we do for you guys, right? Well, again, we love you. We do acknowledge the contributions that our good dads make in our lives. And certainly, we know if those of you that have good dads like me are being honest, we can't imagine our lives without them. And when we lose you guys, it is hard for us to carry on. But today in my monologue, I'm just going to take a few minutes to talk about not just a good dad, but I want to talk about a good man. I want to talk about a good man. Because, sometimes we look around and we wonder. I talk to a lot of my single friends, and they wonder, where are the good men? Like, are they out there? Where are the good men? Are they out there? And I tell you, we do have some good men out there, but sometimes I think there is a distinction that needs to be made between what the good man is and what the nice man is. Because there are a lot of nice men out there, but there is truly a difference. And I think when we talk about good men, the source that we need to use to define the good man is the good book. So if we go to the good book, Proverbs 13:22 tells us all about a good man. It says a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children, but the sinner's wealth is laid up for the righteous. Now, this verse is often quoted in Christian financial circles, but its wisdom runs much deeper than money alone. At its heart, it speaks to the legacy a good man builds. It invites us to examine the values, choices, and priorities of a truly good man, not just a nice man. And that difference matters more than we realize. So I want you to listen up this morning. We're going to talk to you for just a few minutes about this difference, understanding the difference between being nice and being good. Okay? Let's begin with the distinction many of us often overlook. That nice man is agreeable. He wants to avoid conflict at all costs. He wants to be liked. But that good man, a good man is not worried about being liked. He seeks what is right, even when it's hard or unpopular. That nice man can impress people in the moment, but that good man impacts generations. Let me give you a couple of examples of the difference. Fatherhood and finances. I want you to think about this. Now, that nice man buys his children expensive sneakers because he's trying to win their affection. They want the $150, $200 Jordans. You know, he's agreeable to that. He's going to buy their affection. But that good man is not concerned about buying their affections. He's trying to pay it forward. He's trying to look forward, look out for their future. He's opening savings accounts. He's teaching them how to budget. He's showing them how to earn, not just ask, earn. That nice man, yeah, he gets those expensive sneakers for his kids, and he's applauded today. But that good man is appreciated, not just today, but tomorrow and for years to come. And sometimes in the moment, the children may not understand what the good man is trying to do for his children. May not understand, but in the future, they will appreciate what that good man did. Example number 2, relationships and boundaries. Now, that nice man says yes to everyone to avoid hurting feelings, even when it strains his family or violates his values. He's a yes man. But now that good man doesn't have a problem telling you no. He's going to do it with love, and he's going to explain why. I just got to tell you no. Sometimes you got to say no. I think Cat Williams famously said that. Sometimes you got to tell folks no. That good man honors his commitments and teaches others to respect his time, even if that means they get upset. Example number 3, community and accountability. A nice man will say, that's none of my business. I ain't getting in that. That's none of my business. Even when he sees these younger men heading down a dangerous path, he wants to stay clear of that. It's none of my business. But now that good man is going to pull those young brothers to the side, share some wisdom, and try to stay connected to them. He's trying to feed into them. He's not trying to be liked by them, but he's trying to save their very lives. Not about being liked. He's trying to be a good man. The legacy of a good man. Proverbs 13:22 tells us it isn't just about wills and bank accounts, although, scripture is often quoted in Christian financial circles, but it's not just about wills and bank accounts. A good man leaves an inheritance of principles, character, and preparation. Principles, character, and preparation. Now, what does that include? Well, I'm glad you asked. It includes spiritual wealth. He prays over his family. He teaches them about faith, and he models integrity. The good man teaches emotional wealth. He breaks generational trauma. He teaches emotional resilience and models love with strength. The good man, intellectual wealth. He encourages education. He shares his knowledge and prepares his children to think critically. Let me say that again. He encourages education, shares his knowledge, and prepares his children to think critically. The good man, financial wealth. He plans ahead. He plans ahead, not in the moment. He's not out here just giving these kids these high dollar sneakers just because they want it. They ask for it. He's thinking about life insurance for his family. He's thinking about estate plans. He's thinking about investments that bless not just his children, but his children's children, his grandchildren. A good man doesn't just love his family. He doesn't just love his family. He leads them. He doesn't just give, he guides. He doesn't just show up, he builds. And the inheritance that he leaves, it reaches far beyond the grave. Reaches far beyond the grave. So, Mr. Armstrong, I think sometimes when we think about why there is a difference, sometimes we have folks that really want to be nice when they really need to be good. Good men. Now, being a nice man may win applause for a season, but being a good man leaves fruit for generations and generations. Our community needs fewer people pleasers and more legacy leaders. We need men who will live with vision, courage, and commitment. So as you go through the day, my question to you is to ask yourself, and this is for my men out there, are you a nice man? Or are you a good man? And even if you're a nice man, don't beat yourself up. I want you to strive to be that good man as defined by the good book. Let's aim higher than just kindness. Let's aim for goodness. Let's build legacies that echo through time. Where are my good men at? They said, where them fans at? Where the good men at? Those good men who are trying to build something that lasts for generations to come. Where are all the good men this morning? Thank you so much to all of those that have tuned in this morning. I see I got some of my Facebook folks tuning in this morning to watch the show. I hope you have been encouraged, inspired to not just strive to be nice people. It's nice to be nice, you guys. It's nice to be kind. Don't misinterpret anything that Dr. Williams is saying. But for what we're dealing with today and where we are in today's world, it's time for the good men and the good women to step up and step out. We're going to be talking in the upcoming weeks because, we talked about this good man sharing his knowledge and his education and preparing the children to think critically and planning ahead, breaking these generational traumas. We got some work to do in our community, people, and we have a platform here at WMPR, and we're going to use this platform to encourage our people to do the work that needs to be done. Stay tuned. It's coming. Dr. Williams is going to roll it out. I always tell my good friend, Mr. Sherry Jones, who's in the house this morning, good morning, Mr. Jones. I tell him all the time, somebody has to be the who. And that's what we're going to use our platform to do here at WMPR. We are going to use our voice to encourage our people to do the work that needs to be done. That being said, you guys, my time is up. I know it feels like it comes and goes very quickly, and it does. But guess what? I'll be back. If the good Lord says the same, I'll be right here next Monday. If it's Monday, so it's going to be here talking money and more. And I want you to remember to follow us. Now, we're streaming on social media. We're on YouTube. We're on Facebook. The station here is online. You can reach us online at WMPR90.1.com as well as 93.1 WGDQ.com. You can also follow Dr. Williams on social media at I Am So Noted. IAMSEWNOTED. I am so noted. Thank you, thank you, thank you for another glorious day. I invite you to tune in next week where we'll be talking money and more. If it's 7 a.m., you know what? Tune in. I'll be here. Trust me now. Thank me later. Peace.
Yes, yes, here we go. Piece of audio production.